What's good, YouTube? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be breaking down a boom bap beat that I made from scratch. This beat could be used by a rapper to freestyle or tell a story. It definitely has that classic boom bap feel. I guess you could call it vintage as well, because it does have a lot of vintage elements in it. But without wasting any more time, let's get into this. You don't need to worry about sampling because we're not sampling any vintage records today. We're basically making this whole beat from scratch. All you gotta worry about is having some sounds and plugins, which a lot of them are free, and I'm gonna show you the alternatives for the ones that are not free, although it's going to be a mix of both. First one, Vinyl Guitar 2. It is a free plugin. It's a really good plugin for making boom bap, lo-fi, hip-hop in general. There's a ton of customizable features in it. This plugin is up for grabs, and I use this plugin to come up with the first melody in this beat. In fact, everything you see in the channel rack, I left in the same way as I added it while making a beat. There's no specific musical theory. There's no chords, just me clicking in the notes. As a beginner, you could click on this musical note, select the root note and the scale, whether major or minor. It's really up to you. You can choose anything in here. That way it'll highlight the notes of that scale and you just click in the notes within the scale. And so your melody is in tune, essentially. Yo, check this out. I have a free sample pack available for you to download at no cost whatsoever. Click on this link. There's a preview for all these free samples and make some great beats. Back to the video. In the past, I've often locked myself in a certain workflow and it was starting to feel a bit rigid and I wasn't having as much fun. But in this case, I just decided to go with the flow, come up with a melody, have fun with it, and just feel it. So here's the melody. Bar number 1 and number 3 are the same. Bar number 2 and number 4 are different. They both have different ends. That's it. You need a certain amount of repetition in your melody to create a sustainable hook in the melody. That way it doesn't feel random, already pulling the listener in. What do we got on the mixer? I cut the lows at 165 Hertz. Then I added vintage chorus and I have a little plate reverb plugin. You can add any reverb plugin you want. Next, I decided to add bass melody. I've been using this plugin and recommending in previous videos. It's Moto Bass 2 free plugin. It has quite a few variations of this 60s P bass guitar. However, if you go ahead and purchase the plugin, there's going to be different guitars. It's amazing. Again, the customization here is crazy too. Play style, string, electronics, all of this is customizable. Studio, patterns, but you get the idea. Here's the melody of the Moto Bass. If you just want to give it a human feel, you need to make sure that you randomize the velocities because not every note has been played at the same velocity. No human can do that. Go to this drop-down menu, tools, randomize. You can control the amount of volume randomization. The shortcut for that is Option R, at least on the Mac. I believe it's Control R on Windows. On the effects, it has Digital Amp Modeling plugin by Plugin Alliance. Then it has a little radiator, preamp simulation, Fruity Parametric EQ 2. And last but not the least, I got the Fruity limiter, and that's basically the kick side chain to the bass. So when kick hits, the bass ducks. Here's the side chaining going from the kick into the bass, and then on the bass effect rack, I select kick and then I adjust threshold, knee, and ratio, and I watch how much reduction is kick doing. Let me play both of these melodies with effects together. Not a bad start, right? Here I'm using primarily stolen drums. STLN Drums, the name of an actual producer on YouTube. I went and bought his drums, so I have his drum kit. So here we go. This kick, it comes from Slappy Drums 3. Shout out to Stolen Drums. Next, snare comes from Tammuz, the tribute drum kit. Tammuz is the name of another YouTube producer. He has a lot of sample kits, drum kits. There's even effects included in his kits. So these are probably my two go-to, Tammuz and Stolen Drums. Hi-hat is from Stolen Drums, open hat from Stolen Drums, conga snap low, conga snap high, kabasa seconds, Tammuz. The drums all together. Most of the good quality drum sounds come pre-processed. It's already been EQ'd, it's already been compressed. Adding more effects doesn't make it any better. In my case, kick wasn't just hitting, so I had to add the compressor. Snare, soft clipper, EQ. I just cut a little bit more of the lows. Hat, EQ, yeah, removing lows. Reverb, open hat, a little bit of reverb. These conga things, they don't even have anything here. It's more about adjusting the loudness of each of them. I'm just making sure that kick is the loudest, then snare is a little bit lower in volume than kick, just because it's brighter, you know, by nature. Hat, same thing, lower than both of those. So these three kind of have to be at the top of the drum combination. And then the rest of these sounds adjust by ear, making sure they're not jumping in front of everything else and kind of stay more in the background. It's also good to do the panning, you know, shift left, right. But the reason why I didn't do it here is because I already did it here in the channel rack. I bring kick to mono. It's just a habit. If you turn this knob to the right, it means it's merged, meaning it stays in mono, right in the center. Turn this way, it's stereo. Kick always needs to stay in mono. You can do it to the snare. In this case, I didn't do it. I just thought it sounds fine. Also, I did the same to the bass. I merged it and made sure that it stays in mono, right down the center. That's it. Let me play drums without the effects first. I sent all of these drums into one channel. I added tube compressor, LA2A by UAD. I did a little bit more of EQing, you know, very low lows below 30 Hertz, cutting a little bit of the highs here, boosting the high mid range and removing the low mids. Here's what it sounds like summed up in the drum channel. Sounds like night and day, right? So there we go. This is how I mix my drums 99% of the time. Algorithm behind it is pretty much translatable from boom bap beat making to trap beat making. It's just how I do things. If you have any suggestions or you feel like something is not right here, feel free to roast me in the comments. Next, we got Expand plugin. I bought it on some kind of sale, and I think I only paid like $5 for it, but this is a jam. This plugin is crazy. Look at these. Look at these. Look at these categories, and look at the amount of presets. It's like not all of them are good, I'll be honest with you, but I used it a lot. This plugin is definitely worthwhile. What I got here is dynamic wah guitar. This melody only has a vintage phaser and fruity parametric EQ, and here's what it sounds like with these effects. Next melody and plugin is Decent Sampler, the Lounge Piano. Free plugin. This is a must-have. Do have quite a few free libraries. All of these are free, by the way. I believe there is some that are paid, and they're not even that expensive. For now, I just have only the free ones. You get your saxophone, you get your Lounge piano. This is the plugin that I used in this case. Here, reel-to-reel piano, saxophone. In this case, this isn't any specific chord. I just clicked in the notes that sounded well and went together with the rest of the melodies, and they were not out of key. I wasn't in particular locked into any scale. I just kind of went by ear. But again, if you do need to do that, select your scale, go ahead and click it in the way you think it sounds well. And here's my melody. As for effects, I only have EQ too. Yeah, not much different here. So let's move on to the next one. And it's an analog lab Black Forest preset, which is another instance of piano. I also have parametric EQ on it. Exactly the same MIDI here. Very simple. Just to kind of create that stereo effect or whatever. Next, BBC Symphony Orchestra replugin. Don't sleep on it. Go ahead and get it. Shout out to Labs. I only selected cello, or I guess it's a cello, and here's the melody. I decided to remove lows and tone down the highs as well. Just kind of use this shelf here. And I added Magic Dice, which is a free plugin by Baby Audio, selecting a random effect preset for you. So I don't even know what kind of effect that is. I just decided to leave the one that sounded good to me. Here's what it sounds like with these effects. So you can hear it kind of washes out the sound a little bit, which I liked. It kind of puts it in the background a bit, and just something that I was really looking to get out of this. Next one is another instance of symphony orchestra, and it's violas. I just wanted these quick stabs of violin. It just worked. As for effects, just parametric EQ. Not much to tell you here. Next one is Electra 88 Vintage Keys. Now, this is a paid plugin by UAD, but this bad boy is worth every penny. It sounds so good. It has a lot of customization features. You can tweak the sound, you can sound design a lot here. There's a lot of presets. I'm just gonna glaze this plugin all day long. It's that good. I found a preset, crunchy or smooth. So here's what it sounds like with no effects first. So as you can see, the ghost notes are showing the melody of other pianos. The difference here is this note went up, this note was added, then I added these two notes here. And same here, there's no note here, but a note added here, and the note added here, and then the note added here and here. That's it for the melodies. I kept everything in one pattern. This beat isn't arranged yet, but what I did, I decided to sprinkle it with some ear candy. And what I mean by ear candy is texture, for example, placed in a way that is pleasing to the ear. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm talking about sounds like this. By the way, all of these phrase sounds, they came from Tammuz drum kit as well. So not only you are getting drum sounds, you're also getting these effects as well. So it's very much worthwhile. One more element is this drum break at the end of the fourth bar. Very common practice in boom bap to have a little breakdown at the end of the fourth bar. If you learned anything from this beat breakdown, leave a like, comment down below what you want to see in the future videos. But for now, God bless you and peace.